Hey guys, it's Sam. If you are new here, welcome to the chaos. And if not, thank you so much for bravely coming back. I have so wanted to be the planner that is consistent and you know what you're going to find when you get here. And instead, for this year, which I had such high hopes for, I come back every time, less frequently because things have been so chaotic, but I have been back less frequently and with more changes. And I I can only tell you that it's always with the best intentions and just trying to follow my heart and to do what I think is going to lead me to that mysterious planner piece. And yeah, so this year has been a complete hot mess. And I know what most of it is. And I don't know, I keep hearing the term swirling and swirling and swirling, and I don't know. I started talking about this a couple of years ago, and I've heard many more planner people out there mention it since then. So hopefully I gave people permission to talk about it, but you never know. I am in perimenopause, that mysterious thing that I never heard about in my entire life until I started going through it myself. And my hormones have been all over the place, and I have just been really anxious and unsettled feeling, really in all areas. And it's kind of crazy because I'm on that health and fitness journey and all of those things are kind of clicking into place, and I've been very consistent with that for over a year now. I'm so much healthier, I'm so much stronger, and so you would think, or I would think, that my planner would follow suit and that all of these good things in my life were going to compound and I was going to find myself in a place of peace and contentment, and all of the planets would align and I would have this planner nirvana, and it didn't happen. And that was really frustrating for me. But it's like the planners have been giving me kind of more anxiety, and I've considered really just not planning at all. But every time I think about that as my reality, I start like really freaking out. But some days I just leave the house with a notebook, and some days I have left the house without a planner at all, and then the next day I'm like, oh heck no, that's not happening. Or I come home immediately from work and go and grab my planner and put it back in my bag and catch up for the day or whatever. But I just can't see myself as that person who doesn't have a planner with me. And part of that is the kind of self-soothing of being able to keep busy, flip through pages, keep my mind, active, and all of that. So the fact that I hadn't settled on anything, I think, was just kind of wearing me down. And today I'm back to an old standard, an old faithful, which is definitely not without its flaws for me, but I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to make myself work in this for a couple of weeks and see what happens. Because to be honest, I don't spend a huge amount of my day feeling like I need to write things down. I have my shopping list that I always have and my menu plan, and I can just scratch notes on that. It's just literally a folded up piece of notebook paper. And then this little pen and gear notebook, which is like $1 something at Walmart. What did I get on that? Lotion, probably. This can fit in anywhere, and I need to just get over it and decide that this is kind of my scratch notes thing that I can always have with me. But the Hobonichi weeks, despite the issues that I have with it, and I will continue saying this, I guess, despite the issues that I have with it, it's such a nice, small, compact planner. The grid's smaller than I like. The paper is more finicky than I would like, but it checks so many of the boxes off for me that I'm just gonna roll with it. I love the Moleskine paper so much, and I know that there's like a whole camp of people out there who absolutely hate that paper, but I really love it. I love that the lines aren't really thin, and I feel the room to stretch out. I am using the large as kind of a I like put my weather, my workout of the day, any thoughts, things I'm watching on TV, blah, blah, blah. that kind of thing goes in there in kind of an ish diary situation. I'm not waxing eloquent thoughts in it. It's not that serious. So my planner doesn't need to be that serious either. And I was sitting this morning trying to think about why I have this year, probably less than any other year, why I have not bonded with this Hobonichi Weeks. After using that, like, have you seen my stack? I mean, I've got years and years and years of these guys. And am I consistent with it every month of the year? No, but this has been the worst year of all. And I was just trying to pinpoint what it is. And honestly, it's this cover. It's the leather cover, which I bought purely for the aesthetic. Let me grab an old one. I bought it purely for the aesthetic. I am obsessed with earthy colors. I absolutely love olive green, and I thought it's gonna be non-staining because of the leather material. It's gonna go with all of my stuff. I'm not gonna have to worry about it. It's gonna be great. This is gonna be perfect. But this one is just a little bit shorter than the regular Weeks. And I know that I'm extra, guys. I know that I am, and it's okay. You don't have to deal with me every day of the week. I don't even have any clue what kind of measurement this is, but it's not the same. So it doesn't fit in a clear cover the same way as the rest of the books do. And on top of that, it I don't know, it feels like it just doesn't want to lie as flat as the other Weeks that I've had. And I've had the fabric ones, I've had the tie and bow ones, and I've had this, which these I love, and I just should have gotten that for this year. But I was like, what are the chances that they'll ever come out again with an olive green Weeks? And it has the gold on it instead of the silver. And so I just went with it. And I just haven't bonded with it as much as I have other Weeks of years gone by. But I'm going to have to if I use it more, I'll bond with it more. That's what I'm going with. And so here we go. I'm going to make myself stick with the Hobonichi Weeks through May. So it is April 27th, and I spent some time I've spent time on and off with this planner, but I'm spending some time with it today. It's a really slow day. I went on hormones, finally got my period back after 5 months. Oh my gosh. The night and day difference that I'm feeling right now after I went on those hormones, everything evened out. All of my anxiety went away, and I was still anxious leading up to, like, is this gonna work? Am I gonna get my cycle back? Blah, blah, blah. And now that's here, and I feel so much better about that. And I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna tackle this problem of my planners. And so, like I said, I have been trying to keep up with it. I have some things that I still need to keep track of. I'm running behind on my cycle tracker, and then I probably have missed some things in my calendar for the monthlies. My really, really well used blotting paper that's from last year because I was too lazy to cut out another piece for this year. Yeah, just minimal stuff that I have going on here. I haven't even put any other stickers in the rest of the monthly calendar. I've given up on the habit tracking over here on the side, but I figured that the thing that mattered the most to me was keeping up with this part of the planner, which I haven't completely, but I just thought that I would flip through it with you guys and show you what some of my weeks have looked like. It's not 100% filled out, but I don't know. I thought about not moving forward with this at all, and then it just always gets me. It always gets me. I really wish that I had just gone and stuck with the cats cover. I did already look on Amazon because you can get that undo sticker stuff, and I was like, I will just take all of these stickers out and put them into another cover and backfill all of this stuff just to get the feeling that I'm looking for. But there was no January start in the English version on Amazon, and I'm not willing to see about Hobonichi having it and paying all of that shipping for one little planner. So unless there's somebody out there magically that has one, this is probably just going to be this is going to be it for me, and I'm just going to go with it, which is probably the right thing to do anyway. But I really wish that I had just stuck with the cat's cover. And as soon as I knew that this was smaller and it was not going to fit in the clear cover correctly, I should have just gone with the cats. I'm a cat person, but I was so obsessed with the olive green that it just made me go this way. But yeah, so I have mostly kept up with this. I have been using the U Brands felt tip pen, except for a week when I was using the Sarasa Vintage Color, because I also love these pens, but I just don't think that I always use this one, the camel color, in my moleskin, and that is kind of my standard, what I write in every day. And so I was like, I'll just use that in this, but I just wasn't feeling it. So we are going back. So I haven't back planned these 2 weeks here. Honestly, I don't even know what planner I was in. So first I have to go and find what planner I was in and then see what I can salvage from those 2 weeks to put in my planner. And then this week I really sucked at tracking. I'm gonna have to see if I was tracking or making to-do lists in something else to kind of keep up with this, because I really don't want these pages to be completely blank on this side. But yeah, it's fine. I don't have a lot going on. I can easily just have this open on my desk at work, see if I have anything that I need to do after work that day, and then have my notebook nearby so I can scratch things down. Or I could start utilizing the back pages and use them for like bullet journal running to-do lists kind of situation, which I haven't done that in a while. Mainly because I didn't want to try a mega again, because I really like the thinness of the regular weeks. But yeah, aren't these stickers from LA Florals so cute? That is one thing that I do like about not writing a bunch of stuff in my planner as the day goes by, when I know that I have the space at the end and I can plop a sticker down. I would rather plop a sticker down in an empty space than put a sticker down and then have a bunch of stuff I needed to write down. And then not have the room for what my actual plans were. But yeah, these stickers are from LA Florals on Etsy, and I'm not part of her ambassador team or anything like that, but she was kind enough to give me a code SAM10 to use if you want to check out her shop. Such sweet, fun stickers. This little ghosty is from her shop as well. But yeah, just doing some back planning, and I'm gonna make this work. You're gonna see me in the Hobonichi weeks for a month. I'm making myself do it. I know that I just need to go with it, and I know that this planner will work for me. And honestly, it's one of the few planners that has 95% of what I feel like I need daily in a planner already there. I do my cycle tracking up front, and that calendar is already there. And there's the separate little calendars that I can use to fill in other things like PTO. I love that this side of the page is open for you to change every week what you want to do, and has the ability to have the space here, the width to write things out long form. As much as I love my ring planners, and I love the inserts that I use when I'm in rings, you know, the boxes have more limitations than an open, wide page like in the Hobonichi weeks. And I just like that, even though I have to write a little bit smaller, that I have the ability to write things out in more of a long form way, and not kind of making sure that I'm super careful with what I'm writing because I'm gonna run out of room. And then of course you have all of the space in the back that you can make all of the trackers or all of the notes. I've been doing kind of a book review section here, and I also wanted it to be kind of a media review, but I have been doing that in my large moleskin, so it's very possible that I'm going to go in and backlog those things. I've done more audiobooks and regular books than this, but I've been keeping track of them in my large moleskin. So there's so many possibilities. I just don't like drawing a bunch of things in, but if I sit with myself and really think it through, what do I need, as opposed to trying to find things to fill the pages, if that makes sense. I would rather stick ephemera or what have you in the back here than fill out pages just because. And so I need to kind of get that out of my head. I need to fill my Hobonichi with interesting things. Well, not if it's not true to life. So I'm not going to. And if every single page in the back is blank, then that was my reality for the year, and that's perfectly fine. So we'll see how this goes. Usually what happens is I come to YouTube, something's working really well, it's working well confidently enough that I'm gonna go tell everybody about it, and then I go tell everybody about it, and then I hit end on my camera, and then everything falls apart. But this is May for me. This is May. So let me know what kind of Hobonichi content you might be interested in. I have not had a lot of Hobonichi content this year just because I've been going through the whole like mental breakdown, meltdown, whatever. But this is May. This is May. So let me know what you would be interested in seeing. And I'm interested if you are in a Hobonichi this year and if you are trying a week's or one of the others. I know that the Hobonichi Cousin is again really, really popular this year. And I've seen a lot of people who are also using the A6 and especially those Hans, which I just love those too. They're just great, but I can only take on so much. So I have a Hobonichi A6, but I'm not doing anything with it right now. At this very moment, I'm very content just having the planner and then the large moleskin daily that stays on my nightstand, and I'm able to update every evening. I feel kind of no stress. I don't worry about it too much. So far so good. It's a good system for me, and I hope that I'm not setting myself up for disappointment by sharing it with you. Anyway, I can't wait to catch up with you in the comments below. It's been a bit since I've been regular here, and I hope to change that in the weeks to come. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you're new around here and don't want to miss out on future content or what planner I'm using next, please consider subscribing. Thanks so much as always for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye guys.